Do you think public relations, marketing, and advertising are the same thing? Think again. Stay tuned and learn which piece you need to implement to grow your brand the quickest. So let's first off go in and define and actually give examples of what these things are. In my opinion, marketing is overarching strategy, and then you have advertising and public relations underneath that marketing strategy. On the public relations side, what you're doing is communicating two ways to the public. So you're telling a brand story. Usually these are organic stories because you're doing something interesting. People want to learn, they want to care. This is the narrative you tell about your business. A lot of times this is your mission, website, this is about what's on your About Me page. This is things that the news will pick up. So if you're doing initiatives like charities, grand openings, anything that might get interest from the local is your public relations, your communications to the public. Now, advertising is very different. Advertising is usually pay to play, and you're paying for spots, and the goal is different. Usually with advertising, you have a goal of making sales, making dollars in. So if you spend $10 on an advertising campaign, you expect to get $20 out. And they have very different purposes. So let's talk about what you need to do and implement and how to actually use these tools once you understand what they truly are. So first off, let's talk about advertising. Things like Facebook advertising, Meta advertising, Google advertising, YouTube advertising. These are all forms of pay to play. So Google search, when you go type something in Google and you see advertisement, you see sponsored at the bottom, basically the top 3 results usually are sponsored things, and the businesses are paying for that advertisement. So that's advertising, which has a clear, direct ROI, and you're monetizing based on book calls, monetizing based on sales, monetizing based on impressions, depending on what you're looking for, or maybe downloads if you have an app. Now, that is probably where you need to start, and not necessarily in that piece of the strategy of the pay to play, but I also view direct marketing as advertising. So cold calling, you're calling someone with the opportunity to reach out and advertise to them what you're selling. Now let's jump back into public relations. Public relations is building that brand, building that story, and helping people trust to purchase you. Now with public relations, a lot of times you're gonna work with a communications professional, a publicist, a strategist who is gonna help tell your story to the public. And they're going to work with you and find out a unique angle for your story. So I have a couple case studies in public relations that are very unique ways of spinning a story. So one of the case studies I'm very proud of is an artist in LA. During COVID, she had to shut down her gallery because everything was shut down, and she needed cash flow to basically pay rent because rent was still due. And so what she did was she worked with a PR firm, Otter PR, this is my PR firm, and we came up with this unique angle of having her do Zoom tours throughout her gallery. And so we were able to get that placed on LA Times organically. We pitched them about this unique opportunity, this story, this art gallery who was, doing these unique tours and being able to monetize during a downtime. And this, at the time, everyone was writing about COVID-related stories, so we had to relate to that. So it got picked up in LA Times and went viral, and she was able to sell out her entire gallery, which was incredible for her. And that was an organic placement, and she paid the publicist to help build that story, but did not pay LA Times to publish that story. Now, on the other piece of that, she could have advertised that she was doing these through Meta, through Google, all these platforms, and probably had similar results, but it would have been a slower trickle down. Now, the advantage to the public relations side of it is usually it lasts forever. There's some SEO value, search engine optimization value. When someone Googles that, it'll sit forever. At Otter, we actually combined SEO with clients' public relations because what we're doing is we want to make sure that any article we get sits forever and adds lifetime value. So to be successful, you really need every piece of this in your business. But when you get first started, you need sales dollars to come in the door. So you want to take your marketing strategy and focus on some sort of low-cost advertising. Now, where do things like influencers fall into play? And that's something that's widely debated. If you, in my opinion, if you are paying that influencer to publish something and they put sponsored at the bottom, that's a paid advertisement. Now, if you talk to a influencer and you build a relationship and they want to promote your product for free because they love it, they're involved, they're doing reviews. In my opinion, that's public relations. Usually you're building that relationship with that individual to be successful. Now, if you can get all of these strategies together under the marketing umbrella, you're gonna have the most success. If you guys wanna see more videos like this, please make sure to subscribe. And we do have a free article for you that's SEO optimized in the public relations side of things. So click down below, you'll get that free article on USA Wire, and that'll help give you a little taste of what advertising and public relations, the difference there. So this is more that public relations side, what the public relations side can do for you. Thank you.